All right. So, as political as we might get this season,
I really meant to check these out, and I didn't get a chance to. So you're gonna have to.
it's Trumptendo.
You have to talk to me.
Make
about these.
Nintendo great again.
Oh, fucking
yes,
A.
reality TV show, semi-billionaire, and carnival barker Donald Trump. Besides being the Republican
Carnival.
Besides
Barker.
being the Republican presidential candidate somehow, since he's not really a Republican, that's a whole other conversation. His name is an artist, I guess pixel artist, named Jeff Hong, who does animation stuff, storyboard stuff. He's in Brooklyn, New York. He just did a bunch of ROM hacks. You can actually download them from the site because they're not protected, the ROMs. You can figure out how to get them, but you can play them in your browser. And it's, let's see, it's 7 games. You have the original Donkey Trump, Donald Trump's Punch-Out, Super Bernie Bros. Or Bernie
I like
Brothers.
how Bernie is like the hero, like Mario stand-in for these.
Yes, well, he has glasses in Super Bernie Bros, but in Donkey Kong Jr. it doesn't look like he is, and Donkey Kong Jr. is actually trying to save Donald Trump in the cage, which I think is funny.
I'm just looking at Donkey Trump. It looks like a Bernie, the original Donkey
yes.
Trump. Yeah, okay. Anyways.
And then you have Donkey Trump 3, Donald Trump's Urban Champion, which I'll get into. I'll run through all of these for you. And ISIS Bomberman. So let's run through these. I had the pleasure of playing all of these, Ian. So the original Donkey Trump is what you'd expect. You are, I guess, a Bernie Sanders. He's in the white overalls with blue shirt. And it's the same exact game, except Donald Trump is Donkey Trump throwing the barrels down. All right? Donald Trump's Punch-Out is, by the way, it says, fight Donald Trump in the dream bout, challenge losers from around the globe, win and make America great again, which I think is funny. You probably should have played as Donald Trump, though, fighting people around the globe. That would have been better. You said you're Little Mac, and I put it in the code to get to Tyson, and yes, it is Donald Trump, and it is pretty funny, the sprite swap. Yeah, otherwise, it's the same game. Super Bernie Bros. It's the same little guy from the Donkey Trump, and you're Bernie, and it was sped up, the one I played, and it looks like instead of Bowser, it's Donald Trump as Bowser when you get to the end of the dungeon levels. Donkey Trump 3.
This could be fun, shooting bug spray up Trump's ass.
Unfortunately, it was not. They did not change the Stanley to Bernie. That would have been funny. They did not do it. That was a misstep, Jeff. You should have done that.
That would have been hilarious.
And then Donkey Trump Jr., you have Trump as Donkey Kong Jr., and you have Bernie as Mario with the trap jaws. But unfortunately, you have just regular Donkey Kong Jr., and it's the same game. Donald Trump's Urban Champion. This is where it kind of goes off the rails. I noticed no difference besides the characters were black in the game, including the woman dropping the vase out the window. So that one didn't make much sense to me in terms of the motivation there. And then the worst taste one, ISIS Bomberman.
Yeah, that's
which they changed the Bomberman character into how it appears on the cover art there, wearing black instead of the white and blue. And then whatever those enemies are called look like Donald Trump when you play it until you blow them up. They're like mini Donald Trumps walking around, whatever the enemies are. So it's cute for the political season. I don't, whatever side of the aisle you're on this election, and God damn it, I'm on neither. It's interesting, except I think it was a little too simplistic because there's nothing inherently clever about just swapping the sprites. It doesn't say anything. For example, if I was going to make a game, why wouldn't you make like a Pac-Man clone where it's Hillary as Pac-Man and the FBI are the ghosts, and you got to chomp up all the emails? Like, do something like that where it actually plays off something happening this political season. If you're gonna do Donald Trump, why not do Rampart, where you're building a wall and you're keeping the Mexicans out? Like, try to incorporate some of the themes, of this political season. Like, you have Bernie against Trump in these games, but Bernie's not running for president. You probably should have Bernie fighting the Democratic National Committee since they're the ones that colluded against him to get Hillary the nomination. Oh, past getting political. Sorry, that's the truth. It's not like I'm making it up. So I think it's just one step away from being clever, but it's still cute just to play it. It's actually pretty funny to see, Donald Trump as Mike Tyson and getting to punch him.
I think a Jeopardy where Trump is Alex Trebek and all the questions are just fucking mindless word salad would be hilarious.
I heard, I've read things I've seen on the internet. That'd just be the question.
Tremendous. Tremendous, large, tremendous. Tremendous.
I've heard things.
America, tremendous.
So not much more to say about this, but it's like I said, it's cute, but it's not clever. I think the guy who did these, Jeff, had to go one step more to actually making these clever and parody.
I think cute and Trump should never be in the same sentence. Ever.
I think he's cute. Or if you wanted to follow this, like Bill Maher always makes fun of Donald Trump for looking like an orangutan. He should have done that for in the Donkey Kong games. Sort of work that in somehow. I don't know.
Giving him just these fucking big fucking salami nipples.
Salami nipples. That doesn't sound pleasant at all. Well, but honestly, in Donkey Trump Jr., you probably should have a different spread for Jr. I don't know if you do Mike Pence, the VP, you do someone else like that. I just think it would have been interesting to. And the Urban Champion thing, that just to me is it doesn't make any sense. Again, it has to be clever. And the ISIS Bomberman, that to me is just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say too soon, but that's to me.
It's borderline tasteless.
It's it has nothing to do with Trump.
Yeah, it's just,
you want to rag on Trump. That's fine. That has nothing to do with ISIS. That's just sort of like he had like an extra couple hours to just change the sprites in ISIS Bomberman.
It's not really borderline. It's just tasteless.
It's just tasteless. Yeah. Okay. We can agree on that this political season.
That's tasteless.